So that last corner, right there is where they were about a week and a half ago. Now I'm gonna step back so you can see the frame structure through the grass. So right here in this little square right here, you can see right here in this square here, that's where they were a week before. And after these I did about, I guess every 4 to 5 days I moved them. So there right there was one. Gotta watch out because they did dig in some areas. And this is during the dry spell too, so we didn't have no rain. So right here was another square right there. I'm gonna move up to 3 big moves here. I'm gonna flip you so hopefully you can get a better frame of reference. So I'm in Michigan, and we haven't been, except for this last week, it's been raining like crazy. So we had to move right here. This was when it was dry, super dry. Like a month ago, there was nothing. So this is now just starting to recover. But there's a move right here, and then further back you go, and then that's where they start, where older moves. And then right over there where I showed you the square where they were 3 weeks ago, to there about a week and a half ago, to right there last week, and then right there is where I just moved them. Right to right. Sorry, I'm trying to still figure this selfie stick crap out. So as you can see, so right there's the other one. Tell you, I'm a semi-professional YouTuber. I'm now nowhere near a professional. This homestead is exactly as you see it. It's not one of those Pinterest supermodel, super experienced camera footage people or super experienced gardeners. I've grown my own food, I've grown my own animals, I know how to do it, I know how to get by. But I am by no means a master gardener or a master farmer or such. You know, I don't have 40 years experience producing picture quality farming photos. That's just not how this homestead is. This is a real homestead, functional homestead. And then I'm gonna show you my garden update here. So you probably be hating on my my weeding. It's just weeding gets too much for my corn, for me anyway. Like I said, the deer have been in here really messing up my my sweet corn, so I'm getting ready to put up electric fence. But after the corn gets over knee high, I really don't weed it too much after that. My little rototiller messed up, so I'm not even gonna try. I'll go in there and turn over the big stuff, rake my hoe along the ground, like as you see right here. I've done it over here and in this row here. But that's like once a week kind of thing. And then I'll pick one row, go down one row per week and pull out the weeds. I'm not about to go through there and bust my back and sweat like crazy to do all that. That's just too much work. I'll do it at first until the plants get a real strong leg hold, and then I'll go on. But this is my potato patch. It's coming up really well. They're just soaked. Certain part of the patch is doing quite well. This row here is doing okay. Half that row is doing okay. The rest of and then they kind of just petered off, and then that last row over there is doing really well. But I'm not weeding in between my, like this row right here. I'm not weeding in between it. I'm hilling up my potatoes right there where they are. This part of that row right here, I'm not hilling them up. They're not coming up. I'm not gonna waste my time and effort hilling them up. But right here, where they're coming up, I'm hilling them up around them. You just can't see that I've hilled it up because of all the rain we just had. But like I said, this 100% a functional homestead. I have a full-time job. I have 4 kids. I have a wife. We cook a lot. Softball, we're very busy. Travel softball, rec softball. We just don't have the time to come out here and have a professional looking garden. We don't have enough viewers yet. By the way, like and subscribe to the Snyder Family Homestead. I would like to someday be one of those professional gardeners that can just say, hey, this is my garden, this is what I do all day in my garden, and make money from it and be a stay-at-home dad and take care of my kids and raise a garden and take care of animals. But that's just not the case. Bills have to be paid. We just built this big old monstrosity right here, 2,432 square feet with COVID prices. Imagine that, COVID prices. Yes, I said that right, COVID prices. My cantaloupes are coming up nicely. I will come in here and weed some more for my cantaloupe because I want them to branch out a little bit more. I don't want to have too much competition while they're vining out. My watermelons are doing fine. I have those up on hills. There's no weeds growing on the hills, just around them. I will be doing that. Now my onions, I do weed around because onions are extraordinarily heavy feeders. I don't get the small little weeds out like this. I wait until they get bigger, but as you can tell, I do weed out. I do weed alongside them. Too many weeds will choke out your onions 100%. You hear all the tree frogs in the background and other frogs. It's just been a rainy, crazy time here. Hope they get all the mosquitoes. Here's another row of onions here. Like I said, I don't get all the little teeny tiny weeds out at first. I wait until they get bigger, then I'll pull them out. I do hoe along the sides about 8 inches to 10 inches out. That way so the weeds aren't pulling moisture away from my onions. I don't want that. My cucumbers, not doing so hot right here. As soon as we planted them, it was really hot and dry. We watered them like crazy, kept watering them. This didn't come to fruition. We do have a couple plants that did come up in the 3 other hills down there. But if you know anything about cucumbers, as long as you're not canning a whole bunch, we like to eat them fresh. 3 plants is going to be more than enough. I'll probably be throwing them to the chickens. Here's my last onion patch right here. These are the misfits. I planted them 3 wide instead of 2 wide. And I believe there's like 130 something sets in this row right here. Actually, no, it's 164 sets I actually planted in this row right here. And then white and yellow. It was just what we had left over. And that's about it. We just ran out of time. I just ran out of time planting a lot of other stuff. I do have some tomato plants right here. I'll show you real fast. And some peppers. I do have some last bit of tomato plants. I forget what they're called, but they're only like a 68-day variety. They're inside right now. They will be coming out in a couple of days. This right here, these are my tomato plants. They're coming along all right. I will weed a little bit more around these guys because these are kind of heavy feeders as well. I do have a couple of tomato plants that are growing really nice. Really nice. And then my pepper plants, well, it's really soft right there, almost fell down. Pepper plants are coming along okay. These are pepper seeds that my daughters and I saved when we cooked meals. I don't know if these are lunchbox peppers or green peppers. I don't know. But it looks like they are starting to, I got little buds on them. Right there. They're coming on. Autofocus will come on. They're gonna be little. So maybe they're lunchbox peppers. Never grown this, never done that before to that extent. I just always bought starts. And this next year, I think that's gonna be one of the things for our farm revenue that we're gonna pick up doing is we're gonna be selling starts, plant starts on the farm, around the homestead, to help generate some farm revenue or homestead revenue. It's just, I think the plant starts are way overpriced like everything else. I don't know what I'm going to sell them as for, but I mean, I understand people got to make a living. People have got to sell what they have to make a profit, but I don't need to make a huge profit. I just want to make enough money to pay for my bad habits like chickens. I am not a crazy chicken lady, but I am definitely a crazy chicken guy. I love chickens, love how economically they are. But stepping right back over here real fast. I don't know if you can see this. Do you see this patch right here? Right there? That nice square? That is some beautiful lush grass. And that's where that's the longest patch I had where the chickens have worked up. The other patches I had are out where the garden is. Excuse me. But right there where the corn is where I had them. Just moving around in the mobile chicken coop. But mobile chicken coop, spread that manure around all of your pastures to improve your pastures. It's however you want to do it. Do your research, become educated, educate yourself. I am not a professional at it. I'm still learning this as I go, but I have read some stuff. I'm self-educated a little bit. It's really, you can do some stuff that's wrong, but you can only learn by trying, especially if you don't have a mentor saying, hey, do this, hey, do that. I don't have that. I have YouTube. A lot of these newfangled farming practices are not supported by government agriculture, big pharma, corporate farms. They're not supported by that, so they're not catching on. They're putting in a lot of stops in. Joel Salatin is helping to stop that. Justin Rhodes, I think, is working in a little bit on that. Greg Judy maybe a little bit, but the most that I know of is Joel Salatin. He's the most outspoken. He's done some stuff at Congress, testimonies or something like that. He was just doing in, I think, West Virginia or North Carolina. I'm not exactly for sure. Maybe Virginia. Don't quote me on any of that. But where he's from, he was doing some kind of governmental work with a hearing and so on and so forth. He did mention Wisconsin. I know the government's been on Joel Salatin for how he processes his chickens, but once he proved that his process was better than major corporation farms, I believe they left him alone. If you have not followed Joel Salatin, Justin Rhodes, Greg Judy is another good one. Gabe Brown is another good one for Gabe Brown's really big into cover crops, regenerative agriculture. Greg Judy's all about rotational grazing for cattle. Justin Rhodes is more homestead style permaculture. Joel Salatin is all about the science. Can go in great detail. He's written several books on how rotational grazing, permaculture, and everything all about it, and how great it is, and what you can do for your land when just keeping the animals on the land. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. Thanks for stopping by the Snyder Family Homestead. I hope that everybody has a good and safe 4th of July weekend. Please do not drive drunk. Don't let your friends drive drunk. Always call somebody. Always call somebody. There's been too many accidents. I don't like to take my channel that way, but for real, I want everybody to have a happy 4th of July. Celebrate this great government. Well, I won't say government, but I would definitely say this American country. Support the Constitution and the independence. You can vote however you want. I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but if you just read some things, you make your own decision all on your own. But for real, just drive safe out there. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. I know it's cliche, but it's the truth. There's other people out there too. Don't say it won't happen to me, because it does happen to you. It may not be you drunk driving, but somebody else could hit you that's been drunk driving. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by the Snyder Family Homestead.